Ladies and gentlemen, as you probably can tell by now, elections have consequences, and in the case of Colombia, where they elected a socialist clown, those are quite dire. As always, folks, if you want to learn more about all this stuff, survival and preparedness, you have the channel with a ton of information. You can subscribe clicking on the little button that you have over there, and you have my books, Surviving the Economic Collapse and 3 Survival Skills, and the links there below. Let's check this out because it's quite interesting.
President Donald Trump announcing new tariffs and other retaliatory actions against the Colombian government after they refused to accept a repatriation flight.
And Colombia's president is responding with tariffs of their own. Local 10 Samir Epstein is joining us live at Miami International Airport tonight with more on what is happening here. Samir.
And Sinella, President Trump writing on Truth Social that these retaliatory measures would be necessary, saying that the Colombian government's decision to turn those flights away jeopardize national security and public safety here in the United States. President Trump announcing he's ordering tariffs on visa restrictions and other retaliatory measures against Colombia after its government rejected 2 military flights carrying migrants. This marks the first retaliatory action the administration has taken against another country over immigration issues. Trump's proposed tariffs would be 25% on all goods coming into the country, saying that would raise to 50% the following week, the president wrote on Truth Social, also adding a travel ban and immediate visa revocation of all Colombian government officials, allies, and supporters, along with visa...
Oh, the Colombian officials, all of these commies that hate America, hate capitalism. You know what they love doing? Going and buying tons of shit in malls in the U.S. Yes, I've seen this in my own country. These commies that usually complain about capitalism and this and that, they are the greediest, most materialistic assholes ever. They don't even have a healthy relationship with capitalism, understanding that it's a way of having a fair amount of trade and being rewarded for your work, for your effort, and allowing you to have what you basically deserve, right? That's what capitalism is about. No. These guys will complain about capitalism, but then they will jump on a plane and go with the millions that they steal from people in their own countries and spend it in fucking malls in US. And they go to the fanciest hotels in New York, then they take all of the pictures, and they have the Mickey Mouse, and they go to Disney, and they do all of those things, right? In the more corny, embarrassing manner, because at the end of the day, they are extremely materialistic and they are extremely greedy. So that's something that hit very hard. The idea of, oh, you're not getting back here. You're not getting back in. Oh, what? A Colombian politician that can't go to a left-wing commie, a Colombian politician that can't travel to Miami and Disney anymore? Dear God. No.
Sanctions. The president also wrote this would just be the beginning. Saturday, Colombia's president Gustavo Petro writing on X that they would not accept flights until the Trump administration creates a protocol that treats migrants with dignity, writing, quote, "A migrant is not a criminal and must be treated with the dignity that all human beings deserve. That is why I returned the U.S. military planes that were carrying Colombian migrants. In civilian planes, without being treated like criminals, we will receive our fellow citizens."
Your fellow citizens. And by the way, most of them are actually violent criminals. The first ones are getting deported, rapists, assassins, killers, some of the worst people ever, anywhere. Those are the ones that are getting deported. You're not Trump, it's not going to be a plane full of freaking hot 20-year-old Colombian models or athletes worth hundreds of millions of dollars or bright minds of academia. No, it's gonna be shit. The plane is full of chained people because they are animals. They're some of the worst, most violent criminals that are getting deported because it is your problem, Colombia. Since it's getting deported because they are illegally in the United States, you take them back. And they're doing a favor by delivering them in chains, which is the only way in which you should keep them. Now, this just shows me that Colombia will be facing a lot of challenges because these people are going to flood Colombia with crime. They're criminals. They're perverts. They're degenerates. They're the worst people. And statistically speaking, you really don't have that much, generally speaking, right? What is it? 1 in 1,000? 1 in 10,000? How many people are fucking lunatics? Violent criminals? How many people statistically are that? Well, now you have several planes full of that shit being delivered to your country because it is your problem. Shouldn't have been there already in the first place. And you should have shut the fuck up. Get those people that are being repatriated, deported. You just shut up. You just acknowledge that it was, it is people from your country. They don't want to have them there anymore illegally. And actually what you should do is, in the same chains that Trump delivered them, put them in a cell as well. Because you don't want that crap in your streets.
And the Colombian president resharing a news article on Twitter a couple hours ago, basically indicating that the Colombian presidential plane would possibly be sent to retrieve some of these migrants. So I want to put it into perspective what these tariffs could potentially mean here in the U.S. So we know...
this is old in terms of that Petro already has complied, and he sent his own plane to pick these idiots up. Well, not idiots, again, violent criminals.
Moments ago, Donald Trump reacting to the news that Colombia had blocked planes carrying undocumented migrants from delivering those individuals back to their home country, and Trump now retaliating with tariffs and threats of more tariffs. He said in a post on social media, quote, "I was just informed that the 2 repatriation flights from the United States with a large number of illegal criminals were not allowed to land in Colombia. This order was given by Colombia's socialist president, Gustavo Petro, who is already very unpopular amongst his people. Petro's denial of these flights has jeopardized the national security and public safety of the United States." So he has then goes on to say that he is taking some action against the Colombian government, including a 25% tariff on goods coming from Colombia immediately, and he's threatening to raise that to up to 50% next week. He also is calling for a travel ban and immediate visa revocations on the Colombian government officials and sanctions on party members and family members that support the Colombian government. So, Fred, this is
well done,
immediately.
But yeah, the president of Colombia, this Petro clown, already backtracked. He made it's one of the more embarrassing rants I've ever read, and I've read some stupid crap in his X account. Long ass rant about how he's from the people and the aboriginals, and how Colombia is the heart of the world, and how they invented corn, and how he would have a whiskey with Trump if he acknowledges that if beauty, one of the most stupid, idiotic rants I've ever read. That's what this clown Petro posted. That could not come from anyone other than him. No one with any common sense posts that, because it's fucking embarrassing. But he did. That says a lot. Folks, it's going to be all for now. See you on the next video. Take care.